Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome for this episode 3 of my Canada trip. This episode will have like a few days together. So let's start with May 15. I started the day very slowly, took my time, coffee, all that. And then I went to the post office to send some stuff to my friend. Let me tell you, you probably, if you've been on the channel for some time, from like the FrenchTastic days especially, you know that I had a huge problem with like the post office in France, and they have a huge problem with dealing with packages from, you know, overseas and all that, which is why I don't have any PO box anymore, unfortunately. I was a little curious to see how this post office system works in Canada, and I think it works pretty well. My friend did receive what I sent him. The guy at that post office was really sweet. He helped me. He was very like, you know, he detailed everything. It was clear. And he helped me through the whole thing. I mean, definitely not something I've experienced in France. I mean, of course I did, but let's just say it's quite different. So I was happy about that. I definitely recommend the post office in Canada. After that, I was not sure what I wanted to do for the day. I saw on the map that they have an aquarium in Quebec. You know me, I really love nature, animals especially, and I think being in a big city for a few days was great, but I definitely needed some nature, and as I did not have a car to like go, you know, in the country and all that, I decided to order a Uber and go to the aquarium. My Uber was awesome. He was very nice. Lived in the city for like 5 or 10 years, so I asked him about like addresses, like what should I do, I'm just here for a few days, I did this and that, what would you recommend? And he recommended Le Ciel, which can be translated as the sky in English, which is a restaurant that is at the top of a tower, and then from there you can see the whole city. He said the food was good, but I should like reserve beforehand if I wanted to go. Actually, now that I think about it, you have to reserve a table. You can just like go to the restaurant and say, hey, I wanna eat dinner here. You have to reserve a table. The aquarium was really nice. Very cute seals, big white bears sleeping. I think my favorite part was definitely the Medusa, I think you say, area. What they did with the colors, and they had music too. It was just wonderful. It felt like I was in another world for like 5-10 minutes. I really loved it. Those are wonderful species, really. It's just magical to see them like just swimming around like that. So I talked with a woman. She was talking to me about a not an octopus, I think it's an octopus, une pieuvre. So she was talking to me about that one, very big one. So I did talk to a few people working there, very nice staff, very nice people, loving what they do. And so I understood that this aquarium was first created not as an aquarium, but as a, for scientific researches, and also like as a place to educate the public about like marine life and all that. So I think it was amazing. It kind of changed quite a few times during like the last 50 years, and it ended up being an aquarium. And so they have, I think, more than 10,000 different species, fish and all that. And now I think, if I understood well, they are focusing. I have a hard word with this one. Hard time with this one. That word on like the animals and the fish and the like la faune et la flore. Nord-American. Let's just do it in French. So yeah, I did learn a lot, and it was really nice. I did the exterior tour twice to see all the animals, and the day I came, nobody was there, so I had like kind of the aquarium for myself, so it was cool. I also did get a sandwich over there that was really delicious. And yeah, so when I decided to go back to the city, I didn't want to order another Uber. I was like, let's just walk, I'm gonna be able to see the neighborhood. I did so well because I saw a freaking beautiful Mustang, exactly the same as mine. That is a little bit, I have a red mini Mustang that I love. It's exactly the one that I would love, my dream car. So I saw it in real life. I was like, I did well walking. And then I think you say stumble across an SAQ Store, which is a liquor store, in which you can have also beers and all that. And I was like, let's check it out. Maybe they have Rush beers, And you know what? They had them. Not everything, obviously, but they had, I think it was moving pictures. Yeah, I think that those were the first one I found. So I was so happy. I bought 2 of them. It was just a great, it was so worth it. Just walking in the country like that. I mean, it was not the country, it's still the city, but it's like kind of far away from the city itself, from Quebec City. So it started raining and my ankle became swollen again. Swollen, I think you say. So I decided to take a bus, which I gotta say is very easy in Quebec. You're a foreigner or whatever, not a problem. Just get a phone and it works. You can get a ticket, anywhere you are, and you can just hop on a bus and go to your destination, which I think is amazing because it just makes things so much easier. So shout out to the bus system in Canada, in Quebec at least. I don't know how it is in the rest of Canada, but and then so I have my little it's my notebook that I bring with me on all my trip. It's small enough to like fit in my backpack, and it has enough space for me to like write and things. So I tried every day when I travel to write down like all things that happened that day that I didn't, especially the things that I did not film or take a picture of, but I think are like, oh, I gotta remember that detail, and I like to share that with you guys. So I've been reading my notes. Then what did I write? Oh yeah, so the day after, it was a rest day, a much needed rest day. My body was really tired. I did not do anything for the day. I even took a 2-hour nap on the afternoon, really much needed. I think I ordered I went to get a pizza. That was delicious, and the staff was so nice, very nice people. They were not booked, how do you say that, so many people. It was definitely a popular place, but they did take my order, even though they didn't really have the time for. They were like, you came, I walked there, so I was like, you walked there, we're gonna do it, don't worry, just wait 5 minutes. And it was super fast. I think it was a chicken pizza, but it was delicious, so I was like, nice, that's cool. On May 17, one Wednesday, and was a day I was to take a train down to Montréal. So someone said, oh, that's cute the way you say Montréal. It sounds like Montreal. And I think it's, yeah, I'm saying Montreal because I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that because it's French, it's English, I don't know. It's I don't know. So Montréal. Yeah, from now on we're gonna say Montréal as French people say it because I'm French. I am French. All right, for you, I think your name is Paul. You've been so upset and angry at all my videos, saying that I'm not French, I'm lying, saying really bad words, and I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but you look very sad in your comments and very upset. But I'm French. Ouais, je suis française, mes parents sont français, ils parlent pas anglais, and I just worked for, you know, for having this English accent that I think is not, definitely have, you know, need some work, but thank you for being so upset. It means I'm doing well with my English, but don't be so angry in the comments, everything's gonna be alright. Haters. That morning, I decided to go get a sweater, like a green one. It was written Montréal on it because I've had my eyes on it for like a few days, and as it was pretty cool and I didn't bring much warm clothes because I really thought it would be warmer, I was like, just get it, you know. And on that the main street where I got it, I saw one of my favorite dog ever. It's a Newfoundland dog, I think you say. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word, that one. Big boy, oh my god, really one of my favorite dogs. Those are like big dogs from the mountains, and they're actually used to like save people in water and mountains. And his name was Beau, which is French for like handsome. So that was funny. I think Beau is actually a pretty common name for pets in North America because I've been hearing it everywhere, like on movies and all that. I'm like, okay, why not? You guys probably like that French word. But yeah, the couple, they're very sweet people, and they're coming from Florida, so they're, you know, talking about how cool Florida is and all that. And back then I didn't know that I was going to be there like just 3 months later. So now that I, you know, watched the video again, I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. Like, you know, I've always wanted to go there and I actually have been there. So yeah, anyway, they're really nice, and they let me pet their dog for probably way too long for them. Mary can be very annoying. When there is a beautiful dog around. So then after that, I packed and I filmed up a little bit for you guys. Today is Wednesday and I will be traveling down to Montreal by train. I'm excited. I love train. I really love this town. It's very charismatic. It's very nice. So many things to see and do, and it's just very beautiful. Yeah, I'm really glad I finally got to experience it, and it was cool to hear the French from here. You know, it's different. So I've been trying to make a list of the things that I hear that are different, the different kind of words and all that, and it's very fascinating. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to go down to the shop and then to the train station, and you'll see that. After that, I went down to the train station, talked with a guy who was working on the street, you know, those like road work thing, and we talked about life in Quebec, and he lived a few years in Ottawa, and so we were just talking about how like life can be different, people can be different, nothing negative nor positive, just, you know, how things can be different, like, you know, how people can be different from Paris to Lyon or Marseille, whatever. So it was nice to talk to someone like that. And it started snowing in May 17th. So one of you guys commented that this past May was actually colder than what you guys are used to in Canada, or at least in Quebec. And that's because, you know, I actually looked at the normal temperatures for, you know, for May in Quebec, and that's how I made my suitcase, you know, like that's how I packed my clothes. I liked it. I mean, I saw snow in Canada. That's amazing, you know, I was really happy about it. And anyway, then I went down to the train station and they took my luggage. It's exactly like in the airport, which I did not know they did it like that, you know. I thought that was only on airports and planes, but that's how they do it for the, you know, the train system in Canada, I guess. And yeah, so the train ride was great. I had my window seat. So it was like in the plane, which is like so very different from the French train. And I'm comparing because I take a lot of trains in France and you know, I mean, I was obviously expecting something and it was different. For the best, actually, it was a lot better. I mean, it's not a question of being best or not. It's just a question of, oh, you know, I'm coming from that country and it's different. I'm saying that because I see so many comments like, yeah, you're comparing, you know. Well, yeah, you know, those are cultural differences. They're interesting to notice and to share. So whatever. So Wu was, you know, going down with like a stroller or something with like drinks and all. I was like, oh, that's neat. Oh, that's cool. You won't have that in a French train. You will have like a whole wagon for that where you go to and it's like a bar. Actually, they have a bar and you order drinks or food, whatever you like. But they don't come to you, which I think is better. But yeah.
Pour la plupart des voitures, on vous demande de bien vouloir respecter les sièges uniquement assis à vos billets. Merci. Mais cette fois, il y a d'autres 60 passagers qui vont embarquer. Merci.
So as for the train tickets, I decided to order it beforehand, way back when I was in France, way before my trip. I mean, like way before 2 weeks, maybe not even. So I went to Rail Canada, you know, their website, and I just, you know, it was very easy. You just put the dates, one way, you know, or round trip, whatever, your age, whatever. And I think it was pretty cheap, actually, like 17 euros? I don't know, I don't remember, but I think it was pretty cheap. I mean, from what I'm used to. It was very easy, and I think it's pretty cheap. Maybe there's an age though, so maybe I had like a cheaper price because of my age. I'm not sure about that. I know there's some places that does this, but I don't know. I'm 24 if you didn't know. We'll be 25 in 3 months. I actually, so I was glad that I took the train because I was able to see the country, the forest, the rivers and all that, and that was cool. I mean, a little bit of it. And I actually saw a black bear running. I saw the butt of the black bear. So it was like, there were fields and then a forest, and I was like sitting like this, and the train was going like that. So I was looking like this, and the bear probably was surprised by the train, and so very quickly was probably doing something like eating or whatever, and turned around, like run toward the forest, the woods. And so I just saw his like back, you know, the feet, I mean well, literally his butt and his like back feet running away. So that was cool. That was cool. It happened so fast, like maybe just 1 second, 2 seconds I saw it. So yeah, that was just a little cool. And then my first view of Montréal was amazing. I mean, when you come from Quebec or any other cities up there and you go down to Montréal, the first view you get from the city is just amazing. You got all those buildings. I think there's water too. I don't remember. I just you go through like a bridge and all, and the whole thing is just beautiful. And as the train is you know, slowing down because it's arriving at the station, it's like a slow motion of you like discovering and seeing the city for the first time, like in the movies. It was just really beautiful. Yeah. It makes me so happy to rethink about all that. I mean, that Canada trip was just amazing. I loved it. It was a really nice solo trip of like, you know, me discovering those two cities. Yeah. That night, I watched the baseball game. I think it was the Blue Jays, maybe against the Yankees. Geddy Lee was there on the TV, because I was like, I put it on the back, and I was kind of like going, you know, through my luggage, looking for some stuff. And then I heard distant early warning, you know, from Rush. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, oh, they cool, you know, like they included that song on the baseball, you know, in the baseball game. It was live, it was on TV. So I was like, oh, that's nice. And I was like, that's nice. Who's that in the background? Is that Geddy Lee? He was here, so that's probably why, you know, they put some Rush song throughout the game. It was because he was here, I mean there. So that was cool, you know, it felt like I'm in Canada. Like, yeah, that was so cool. That's all, guys. It was really nice to talk about my 3 days actually. So next video, it will be my first real day in Montréal. I did a lot. There's so many things to do there, and obviously, you know, it's a very, very big city, and I've only stayed like 5 days. So I have so many things to tell you guys about that. So you will see that in the next video. If someone can tell me how I'm supposed to say that in English, that would be great. Yes, oh, it's like Levi. I'm saying Levi because of him, because I adore that character. I know it's Levis, but when I speak French, people don't understand. And they're like, what was that word? You cool speak English? No. So when I try to say things in English, people complain, hey, you're French, you should say that in French. Faut savoir. Faut savoir ce que vous voulez, les gars, parce que moi, je ne sais plus au bout d'un moment ce qu'il faut parler, français, anglais. I don't know, alright? So I'm just trying my best here for everyone to understand. So, Montréal. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, and I'll see you on Sunday for my live. You gotta be there, 5 p.m. New York time. I'll be doing a live, and we're gonna talk about a lot of things. Bye! See you on Sunday, or next week if you can.